Hello guys, how are you doing? Okay, let's solve the problem of music disappearing in crates. I mean, a lot of times that happens to me, and I've seen DJs complain about music disappearing in their crates, in their Serato crates, just like you can see here. There are no music in the hip hop crate, in the 90s hip hop crate, Afrobeat crate. And I'm a DJ that plays almost all the genres. So me not having to use crate is always going to be difficult for me, especially when I'm playing in a gig that I have to mix on the fly, I have to remix, I have to play to people's request. So it's always going to be easy for me if I have my crate loaded. Just go in there and pick the songs up, or if you want to do a mix, you can prepare a crate today while you're doing the mix tomorrow. So it's always annoying when you click on the crate and the music is gone, So it's just, I don't know what Serato is doing about it, because I personally have emailed them severally with no response. And I've seen on social media, DJs asking this question of, where are my songs in the crate? My songs keep disappearing, and I actually don't see people coming up with solutions to it. So I decided to do this. This is my own DIY. I did it myself. I've been trying to figure it out. I've been ups and down in Serato trying to look at what can I do to solve this music disappearing in crates. It doesn't matter what kind of Serato you're using. If you're using the old Serato or the newest version of Serato, this still happens. Whether you're using you're on Windows or you're on Mac, this still happens. I've seen it in all my DJs. I have Mac as well. I have Windows, so I always compare these. When my Serato have any problem, I want to compare it. Is it Mac or is it Windows? There are some problems that you can discover that is happening to Mac while it's not happening to Windows laptops. And there are some problems that happen, on Windows laptops that are actually not happening on Mac. But this actual one, music disappearing in crates, happens in both Mac and Windows. So with my DIY, I try to figure it out. So for the sake of this video, we're going to be using this crate hip hop and 90s hip hop and Afrobeat, Okay, so if you go to all, you will always find your music there. Your music will be there, but when you go to the crate, that's when you have the problems. So let's go to all. Let's solve the problem once and for all right now. Let's go to all. So once you go to all your music will appear. So instead of you dragging these songs into this crate one by one, you can just use album. Like you can see, I use album. So if you just click here, you'll be able, like most of us DJs will know what this means. You'll be able to select what kind of information here you want to appear on your Serato. So if you create comment, there will be comment. If you untick it, there will be no comment. So and so on. So I decided to tick album just to use it to do this DIY. Okay, once you are on album is one of this information that you can click and rename. So I decided to rename them. As you can see, I've renamed these to be hip hop. I did that myself. I renamed all the albums to be hip hop. Let's go down and see other songs. Why I'm actually using album is because there are some here that you cannot rename, like bitrate. If you click on it, you cannot rewrite it. It won't allow you to rewrite it. So that's why I decided to use album. like here, let's use blowing money fast Rick Ross. Okay, like here, I've not renamed it, as you can see. So let's just copy the hip hop here. Since the song is hip hop, copy the hip hop, paste it. This Rick Ross again is hip hop, copy the hip hop, paste it. It's copied already, so it's pasting, or you just retype it any which way you want, but for the sake of this video to be as short as possible, that's why I'm doing that. So as you can see, there are 90s and there are hip hop slows and all that. So let's go back up. So we're actually using the crate 90s hip hop and Afrobeat. So you can just go to all and type here hip hop. The hip hop will pop up, as you can see. As you can see, there are hip hops. So I can just highlight this, Control A. If you don't know how to highlight, Control A, still hold on to the control, and you pick the song. You just take it straight, drag it to hip hop, and boom, in hip hop, everything is there. Everything is there, as you can see, hip hop is there. So that's how it is. Let's do the 90s. The 90s. Just type 90s and see. We go to all again, where all the musics are. Click 90s, type 90s to bring your 90s. You can just easily highlight it, hold on to the control key or command if you're on Mac, drag it to the 90s hip hop. So all of them will be dragged at once to the 90s. As you can see, these are 90s. So even if you don't want the album to show, you can untick it here. Just untick the album, but that doesn't stop you from still getting your songs. If you just type 90s on the all, as you can see, I click all the music are there. As you can see, there's no more album here because I've unticked the album there. So once you type the 90s, all the songs will still pop up. These are 90s, and it won't show on the album, but these are my 90s. It won't show. So if you don't want it to show, but if you want it to show, I don't have problem with it showing. So I always keep it on, keep it ticked like that. So that's how it is. That's how it is. And you can actually, you can just go to all and just type hip hop, and just play from here. From that all, the hip hop will show up. So you can scroll down. If you scroll down, you will see these are hip hops. So the hip hop will just show up. You can play from here, or you can just rename this any way you want, because you might not be an hip hop DJ, just to make things easier for you. Okay, let's say like these hip hop bangers. These are most hip hop that I play in the nightclubs, or depend on the kind of people I have in front of me. So I always keep these, as hip hop bangers. As you can see, most of them on the album, they are like named hip hop. So you can just put hip hop / bangers, just like that. Just like, okay, let me just name one again: hip hop / bangers / bangers, like that. If you go to all, those bangers will still show you. So you can search them with bangers instead of hip hop. So you're not actually looking for just hip hop. You're looking for maybe your club bangers or your whatever bangers. Just type bangers. They will show up. Just like that. So you can just play from even from the all without having to create these crates, or you can just drag them, like I said, Control A or Command A just to drag all of them instead of taking them one by one into wherever you want to take them to, whatever crate. Just drag them into the bangers and they'll be there in the bangers. And if you get stuck while doing it, if there's any anything that you don't understand, you can write it on the comment down below. I'll respond to you. And if you have any problem with Serato, it could be one of the things I've gone through. It could be one of the things my DJs have gone through. So, like they say, experience is life. Experience is key. So I can use my experience to do the video for you. I'm so sure that you won't be the only one going through it. So I'll gladly do the video. You can just put your comment down below. If you like the video, click like. It works for me. It's a DIY, like I told you. It works for me and it can work for you. Give it a try and you will see all your songs will remain where you keep them. Alright, thanks. Subscribe if you have not. Listen to our mixes. We have some nice mixes coming up. You won't want to miss that.